It's such a people-oriented business, not just that we are impacting people's homes, but that again, you go to like Apartmentalize in a summer, or IMN where you are this week. I mean, and you get to sit in a room with thousands, if not 10,000, like-minded individuals that are working for a common cause. We're working for different companies. In a lot of cases, we're competitors. Sometimes we're competitors, not just in a market, but across the street from one another. But overall, we're all working to do the same thing, and that's to provide great homes for people. And sometimes they're apartments, and sometimes they're single family, and sometimes they're manufactured housing, and sometimes they're apartments in a garden style and in a luxury high rise. And uh but but it really is, how do you take that and through the people that work in that environment make the unit a home. And then the last thing I'd say is, being in this business, there's just such variety in what you get to do. I mean, it's the textbook. I get to wake up and do something different every day, or I get to wake up and do seven wildly different things in a single day. This is an industry where we get to impact people's homes. We get to create a space for them to live and to thrive. You're going to attract the people, if you will, if you lead with that. And I think that so many of the folks that have been in the industry for 20 years now, and that you mentioned 99% of us did fall into it. I mean, I do think that the narrative back then, and kind of the draw for us was, hey, like, do you need to make some extra money? Like, you'll get $25 a lease or $30 a lease or whatever it is. This is a great way to meet people. It's flexible and a way to make extra money. And I don't think that that's the conversation happening at career fairs right now. I don't think it's the conversation happening. It may be the start of the conversation in individual leasing offices now, but I think the conversation goes deeper, and in at least by observation and kind of traveling around and being in some different communities and being in a lot of leasing offices and I actually think that that's driven by a new generation of worker or prospective team member, because those are the questions that they start to ask. I mean, they're not as driven financially, and they really want to know the why of, why are you in this industry. I have colleagues that got into affordable housing and have stayed in affordable housing because they absolutely love it, and they get to be really mission driven in a space like that. And I've got colleagues that I've had a lot of colleagues, because most of my career was in student housing, or has been in student housing, were also RAs for life, exactly like me, and they don't want to leave that space. They just love it so much. Who's the person, and they're going to end up finding the right fit, because there's so much opportunity in this industry to move across sectors and to learn and grow. There's so many educational resources to learn about new sectors that you get to use, and there's so many association resources to kind of to learn and either gain new certifications, or just take informational sessions on a new space that you might be interested in moving over to. It's pretty natural that their heads were spinning, and they had a lot of high turnover in a high stress environment with that much volume, and like it's 75 things that they had to know how to do on any given day. And take it and look at it and say, how do we make this better for this team member, so that they can enjoy what they're doing more. I'm a firm believer that if you help people do better at their jobs, they're going to like their jobs more. I don't know that many of us get up in the morning and are like, you know what, I really want to go do something that I'm not great at today. Landlords aren't evil. Landlords provide homes. I don't think our housing supply issue that we have in this country. I mean, as Zillow this summer said, that we're 4.5 million units undersupplied as a nation. That doesn't get better without investors coming into the space, and people that want to be landlords. Certainly, builders need to build homes for folks to purchase as well. But there's it's got to be kind of an all the above strategy there, and to be able to do that, and have investors thrive and make it easier for them to want to come into the space. Their dollars can go so many different places out in the world to get a return right now.